What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 433 of Community Universe Mode edition number 114 of Friday Night Genesis. The fallout, of course, from this past Sunday's SummerSlam event. One hell of a night that was, but now the Genesis Superstars are on the road to the third annual Points Break. Just 4 weeks away. Of course, tomorrow night, CMV returns to Tokyo, Japan, and the Tokyo Dome for the third annual Tag Team Cup, but that is a Fusion exclusive event. And of course, next Sunday is the Fusion exclusive pay-per-view Dark Carnival before the Genesis Stars. It is all about Point Break and the Elimination Chambers, my friends. 2 Elimination Chambers will go down at Point Break. One for the International Championship. New champion Lance Martini, who won the title at SummerSlam, of course, makes his first defense inside of the demonic structure. And then in the main event of Point Break, the Alpha World Championship will be defended inside of the grueling compound. Guri Sakura, of course, who retained his title in the main event of SummerSlam against Elijah Stewart, defends against 5 others. And tonight, we have 5 chamber qualifiers, 2 for the International Championship and 3 for the Alpha World Championship. The first, kicking off the show, will be for the International title as Luke Swanson takes on Zach Cage. Do I sound weird? Let me unplug my mic real quick. Is that better? Hello, 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 hello? Big Toph, the Tops man? What does it sound weird like? Like muffled or something, or scratchy? But here he comes, the unbeaten Luke Swanson, who, of course, at SummerSlam kept that undefeated streak alive by knocking off Shawn Kent. Now Luke Swanson looks to make way into the Elimination Chamber. Of course, remember, Luke Swanson was poised for a championship match back at Exodus. He was going to be in the Rage in a Cage match, but after failing his drug test due to the marijuana, he was pulled and suspended for 2 months. Luke Swanson has had a lot of support from the CM Universe and even superstars backstage and here on commentary. Remember, Mr. Excitement a couple weeks ago showed his support for Swanson in his blight. But now Swanson, if he can get past, no doubt, his biggest challenge to date, and Zach Cage, he will get himself a shot at the International Championship. And of course, his opponent being none other than the former Anarchy Tag Team and International Champion, CMV veteran, Zach Cage. Zach Cage returning just before Exodus. And actually, a fun fact, Zach Cage replaced Luke Swanson inside of Rage in a Cage once he was suspended. And Zach Cage, remember, never got his rematch for the International Championship. It was the end of last season that he won the title off of Guri Sakura, but then had to vacate it due to concussion. So, you know, he would love to get his hands on that belt. Once again, the title he never lost. He'll have to be the first man to defeat Luke Swanson if he wants that opportunity. Of course, the other International Championship Elimination Chamber qualifier later on tonight, we'll see the genetic perfection Luke Swanson is kind of a genetic perfection, but not quite as much as Dallas Steele is, as he'll be taking on former Rising Star champion Ray Furioso and 3 Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber qualifiers, which will start up next with Samuel Boo taking on Bob Luger. Then we've got in the co-main event, Chris Andrews will take on Dave Turner. Guys, that's a dream match for me specifically. I can't wait for that. I'm sure a lot of others in the CM Universe. And then in the main event, new Anarchy champion John Reed takes on the unbeaten Matsuda Tanaka. But here we go. This matchup gets underway. Northern Lights suplex by Luke Swanson. We also got tag team action tonight, guys. Ortiz and Scott look to remain unbeaten as well when they take on Chaos and Order. And Brule look to remain unbeaten when they get a huge opportunity against World Tag Team Champions Click, Xander Slate, and Randy Morton, guys. But a tweet here from Adam Valentine says, "Oh, Mr. Party Boy, I hope you like that International Championship you didn't earn, because a certain Valentine will walk out of Point Break the International Champion." Of course, Adam Valentine has himself a Chamber qualifier next week Lance Martini busy relishing in his international title win, has this week off. I'm sure he's out partying somewhere here in Boston, Massachusetts. Nice modified suplex by Zach Cage. Both these guys submission experts, but Zach Cage also a versatile striker, although he's not going to get into a wrestling match with Luke Swanson. Both these guys have their edges. It's just about who utilizes it better. Yeah, where did everybody go? I told them I'll be live for 10 minutes, and everybody's disappeared. Stop down onto the gut by Luke Swanson, then a stiff kick right to the back, and it sends shooting pains up and down that spine. Now dragging Zach Cage away from the ropes towards the middle of the ring, and to go for that knee, just smashing it right into the canvas. Swanson having a stiff hold over Zach Cage currently here, the early part of this matchup. Of course, referee Perry White calling the action. And there's that wrestling background on Luke Swanson. Zach Cage does not want to stay down. There we go. Luke Swanson brings him up to a vertical base. Counters a scoop slam attempt into a reverse DDT. Nicely done there by Zach Cage. Yeah, that's where they all are, right? Because Adam Valentine's not here. They're striking. We're not watching Genesis if the GOAT isn't on. That's Zach Cage with a beast bite applied. Doesn't keep it locked in for very long. Knee to the side of the head. Wrong time to taunt, though, Swanson. Thought you'd know better than that. Gets a knee to the upper back. Now a deadlift back suplex. I was going for a German for a moment. Tricked me there. A little bit of a trickster. What up, Batman? As I set up next, our first Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber qualifier between Samuel Boot and Bob Luger going to go down. But right now we're finding out who will be the first man to join Lance Martini inside the chamber. Will it be Luke Swanson? Or will it be Zach Cage? Irish whip into the corner. Zach Cage, what is he looking for here? Slowly approaching. Nice clothesline. Then just tossing Swanson out to the center of the ring. Pinfall attempt. Make sure to hook that leg. Perry White into position one. Only a 1 count. Should just have Adam Valentine come out here and cut promos all night. Honestly, I'd probably get huge ratings. Swanson with a stiff forearm smash. Now an Irish whip into the corner. Watch out, Perry. Chest first with that top turnbuckle. Now a Northern Light suplex. Nicely done, excuse me. Face to face, kick to the midsection. Catches the boot, though, spin him out. And a beautiful clothesline. Now grabbing him by the ears. Face to face, they stand. Arm drag, though, whatever Cage is going to go for there. Thwarted by Swanson, who now grabs Cage by the back of his head. Leans him up against the ropes. Clotheslines him right out of the ring. Almost up to say, get the fuck out of my ring, bitch. We all know that Luke Swanson not the most articulate when it comes to interviews or any sort of public speaking, but he lets his actions in the ring speak volumes for him. Face to face, Swanson fixing his trousers real quick, just staring down Cage. There we go, nice single leg drop kick by the unbeaten Swanson, who now drills a knee directly into the face of poor Zach. Gotta try to recuperate here. Adam Valentine on that Sean Kent train. You know, just as much as I said a lot of people supporting Luke Swanson, there's a lot of haters in the back who say that Luke Swanson's a drug addict and doesn't deserve that. He should have been fired. That the 2-month suspension wasn't enough, that it was being lenient. Nice counter right there by Cage. Now, with the second attempt, gonna pull off this wicked combination of strikes, back elbows, kicks, everything, you name it. Luke Swanson and La La Land now. Pinfall attempt for Cage to enter the Elimination Chamber. And Cage does have chamber match experience. Way, a long time ago. I believe it was the second season of CMV. He was involved in a World Championship Elimination Chamber. Of course, Swanson obviously has never had any sort of experience and maybe never will. Small package driver by Cage to hand Swanson his first defeat. 1, 2. Nearly does, but not quite enough. And Cage is baffled. He can't believe it. Out onto the apron now goes Zach Cage, taking a risk, and it does not pay off. Senton miscalculated, then a kick to the back to make him pay for it. Swanson now with what looks like a butterfly backbreaker. And now Luke wastes no time. Big trouble. Zach Cage did, but he knows it. Obviously did his studying, did his homework. Wrong time to taunt, though. Now Luke Swanson's going to make him pay. Goes for a takedown. Gut wrench. Cage has Luke's number here in this matchup, my friends. And we might be nearing Luke Swanson's first defeat here in CMV when it matters the most. This Elimination Chamber qualifier. Back into the corner after the trio clotheslines. Misses the lariat though. Now Swanson with a punch to the chest. Shoots him with a snapmare. We're going after that arm. Luke Swanson looking to remain unbeaten and get himself a shot at the International Championship in the process. Zach Cage seems to be having a tough time trying to escape this arm lock. Yeah, that's the one good thing. Go. Nice escape by Cage. We'll look at Swanson right back on the attack, bringing the arm right around. Elbow, but doesn't stun Swanson for a very long German suplex after ricocheting out of the corner. Swanson now stomped down out of the arm, and what is this? Nothing pretty, my friends. What do we got? A cloverleaf pain locked in by Luke Swanson. This is a debilitating submission, putting a hurting on the legs and that lower spine. Can Cage escape, or will he be forced to submit? Will Swanson remain unbeaten? No, let's go of the hold. Zach Cage refusing to tap there, and I guess Swanson didn't have enough left in the tank to keep it locked in. Yo, what up, 702? What up? As Luke Swanson now trying to get some gas back in the tank. In the meantime, Cage uses the opening given to him. There's Vintage 2K once again with this weird-ass bug. Just pausing the game. Kick to the midsection. Cage! Zach Cage! Armbar locked in! Oh, that was a rope break, though. Can you believe it? Mamma mia. That lucky-ass ring positioning for Swanson. Otherwise, it was snap. It was tap or snap right there for him. Now Cage misses the dropkick, working out. Oh, goes for the bicycle knee, but Cage gets it reversed. Swanson saw it coming. Kick up on the leg. What a way to kick off Genesis competitive back and forth matchup. So many close calls. Who's going into the chamber? Will it be Swanson? Northern Light suplex into the bridge, but that'll be a rope break for Cage. 1999, Adidas Swanson takes a moment to appreciate the CMV universe being behind him. And now once more just turning around and staring at Zach Cage. What is this strategy, Luke? You can't give someone like Cage, a wily CMV veteran, this type of opportunity to come back. Still just staring at him. What are you doing, Luke? Now a cravat neck breaker, or cravat suplex, whatever. Grabbing Zach Cage by the arm and leg. Stomp down onto that arm. Gonna lock in the cloverleaf pain again, it seems. And he's trying to tie up the legs. Yeah, now he's got the knee pressed to the back. The bottom rope is right there. You see Cage reaching out, but Cage gonna escape this time. Luke Swanson taking a little bit of a stumble, but the damage is done. Look at that. Cage can't even stand. Fighting through the pain. Misses that big boot attempt. Now Swanson shoots in up over the shoulders. Not a place that Swanson wants to be. Got to get snake eyes on that top turnbuckle. Zach Cage is trying to anyway. Oh, now just a power slam. Grabbing Swanson by the arm and leg. Drags him away from the ropes as he makes the pin here. Making sure to hook the leg. Will that be enough? No, it will not. Just a 2 count. What up, Dash? Welcome back. Ortiz and Scott, of course, looking to remain unbeaten themselves later on tonight when they take on Chaos and Order, former contenders for the World Tag Team titles. That'll be a big test. Why does Swanson keep... Oh, no! Zach Cage with a roll-up! Swanson's gonna screw himself! 1, 2... No, just a 2 count. Oh, my heart. I thought Luke was about to take his first loss right there. What are you doing, Luke? He's not himself in this matchup. I think he might be high. Honestly, I think he might be high because he is not acting like himself. Now, why are you taunting again? He just nearly got, again, Schoolboy. 1, 2, just a 2 count. What are you doing, Swanson? He's high. He's high as a kite, guys. There's no way. Swanson is acting so weird in this matchup. Now, look at this. Regal Plex by Zach Cage. Both men down. Zach Cage quickly looking to recuperate. Up on one knee, breathing heavily, trying to get some stamina. Now all the taunting guys gonna come back to bite Luke once more. Once more. The arm bar's locked in. The ropes are right there, but Luke can't reach. Will Luke be the one? Yes, Luke Swanson taps. Luke Swanson submits. Zach Cage is going to Point Break. What was wrong with Luke Swanson tonight, guys? Swanson has been defeated. Cage forces him to tap, and now look at this. Zach Cage offers a handshake, and Luke accepts it, being fair and square, but what was wrong with Luke? He was not himself at all. Dare I say, guys, I feel like he was high in his space. What the fuck, guys? I think we need to give Swanson another drug test, but the fact of the matter is, Swanson's been defeated, and Cage is going to Point Break to compete in his second Elimination Chamber for the International title. Yeah, that was the first matchup there, my friend. Suda Tanaka is in the main event against John Reed in an Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber. And as I say that, here we go right here for one. We now know that Zach Cage will be joining Lance Martini inside of the International Championship Elimination Chamber at Point Break. Furioso will be entering the demonic domain with them. But here it is, Samuel Boone, former United States champion, the purveyor of Boone Juice, taking on the work ethic titan and two-time Alpha World champion and Bob Luger. Samuel Boone just got his actually first win of the season yesterday on Reality Wrestling, knocking off newcomer Gary Reed. So now he looks to use that little bit of momentum against Luger here. Of course, Bobby Boy not having a whole lot of steam behind him, coming off of that loss to Matsuda Tanaka at SummerSlam this past Sunday. But now with the chance to challenge for the Alpha World title again, and perhaps become the first ever three-time Alpha World champion. Luger's got to put his blood feud with Tanaka in the back of his mind here. Of course, also an Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber qualifier in our co-main event, as the Bloody Brit Chris Andrews did not have himself the greatest of nights at SummerSlam, losing his Anarchy Championship and his International Championship, but going to have the chance tonight go for a prize much bigger than those both. And a dream match for me personally, and perhaps others in the CMV universe, when he takes on Hall of Famer Dave Turner. Also, some great tag team action still to come tonight. Ortiz and Scott look to remain unbeaten. You've already seen one undefeated streak and Luke Swanson's. Well, Ortiz and Scott be next when they take on Chaos and Order, and then Brûlé look to remain unbeaten, and a huge opportunity for them taking on World Tag Team Champions Click, Randy Borton and Xander Slayton. Speaking of Click, here comes the man himself, the work ethic titan, the cardio maniac, who does have Elimination Chamber experience. It was 2 years ago he competed at Exodus and the Elimination Chamber to crown the inaugural Alpha World Champion. And now, all these years later, Luger is a two-time Alpha World Champion and wants to make history at Point Break. It was actually last year's Point Break that Bob Luger won his first Alpha World Championship, beating Furious Frank inside of Hell in a Cell. Like I said, Bob Luger's not heading into this match with a whole lot of steam behind him, coming off yet another defeat at the hands of Matsuda Tanaka this past Sunday at SummerSlam. Matsuda has his own qualifier later on in our main event, but here Luger's got to focus on this. Here we go. Let's see who's going to join the Russian Ogre, Guri Sukanov. And 4 weeks at Point Break for the Alpha World Championship inside of the Devil's Domain, the demonic structure known as the Elimination Chamber. As the bell rings and immediately Luger takes out Boone with a snap German suplex. And Boone immediately favoring his neck. We know how dangerous a neck injury can be in the world of wrestling. It can be career-ending, it can be life-ending. Hey, you never know. All of you taking Boone lightly, but he's a former United States champion. Tapped out Gary Reed last night on Reality Wrestling. Look at that fucking air raid siren neck breaker, by the way. That was beautiful. Arm drag. Now fireman's carry. Gonna plop the purveyor of Boone Juice overhead. Face to face they stand. Hey, they got the matching attires, am I right? Yeah, hey, Samuel Boone beat Just Insane last season. Let's not forget that. He was, I think Sane was probably only beaten like maybe 4 or 5 times last season. Boone was one of those times. Clean, might I add. One-on-one, might I add. As Boone is knocked to the outside with a hook to the jaw by the work ethic Titan. Now bouncing on top. Look at this. Luger has just, it's full of piss and vinegar. Click has been really getting their asses handed to him by the Resistance, and more importantly, Luger's been getting his ass handed to him by Tanaka these past couple of months. Just taking it out on Boone right now, tossing him about like a rag doll. Looking to bring him up to his feet, but Boone fires back. Finally, a little bit of life shown with that short arm shoulder block and a count of 4. If Boone wins by count out, I swear to the heavens. If either one of these guys wins by count out, ooh, little leaping leg lariat. Luger, please cut up. We can't have one of these guys qualify for the Elimination Chamber via count out. Oh my God. I hate this game sometimes. Count of 7. Boone's trying to get the fight back into the ring. Please do. Boone doesn't want to win by count out. He wants to win definitively. He wants to prove that he belongs inside the chamber and thank the maker. This fight returns to the ring clean before the count of 8. Down on one knee, and now Boone has the upper hand, trying to keep that driver's seat. Punch the midsection, that one right back to the outside. Bob Luger, as if to say that Sammy Boone doesn't belong in the ring with him. Oh, and there's the cutthroat. Luger saying it's over. Up on one knee. Count of 2, but Samuel Boone with the heart of a warrior. Might be taking a lot of losses this season, but wait a minute. That's Gary Reed. That's the man that Samuel Boone beat yesterday on Reality Wrestling and Reed's debut. What the hell is he doing out here? Samuel Boone distracted. A confrontation. Wait a minute, it's disqualification. Gary Reed just hit Samuel Boone, which means that Boone wins via disqualification. But wait a minute, that can't be. That can't be. Boone wins by disqualification. What does that mean for Luger? Does that mean that Boone gets the spot? Is Cass gonna allow this? Gary Reed interferes, attacks Boone for what happened last night on Reality Wrestling. We're going to have to hear from Cass, though, if this means that Boone qualifies. I don't know that. I don't know. Look at Luger over there like you're kidding me, right? Like you're like jaw jack, like that's not going to count, is it? And Gary Reed smiling ear to ear. What? That can't, there's no way that can count. There's no way Castle Fave is going to count that. It can't be. My goodness, guys. So Gary Reed obviously pissed off after what happened yesterday on Reality Wrestling. His debut soiled by Samuel Boone, who defeated him. Rushes the ring, attacks Samuel Boone, which means that Boone wins via disqualification. But guys, we're going to have to wait to hear word from Castle Fave on the final decision of that, because we all know I don't like Click, all right? And Castle Fave doesn't like Click, but I don't think that even she is going to allow something like that. We'll have to wait and see, though, guys. We'll have to wait and see. The night must go on. As of now, though, it looks like Boone is in the chamber. Again, though, we'll have to wait to hear word from Castle Fave herself, as it is tag team action up next here on Genesis. Ortiz and Scott, fresh off their win over Vintage at SummerSlam, to go to 5-0. Look to remain unbeaten as they take on former contenders for the World Tag Team titles and Chaos in Order tonight. The twins, of course, Namian and Reynard Audrey. I think Gary Reed was he's probably walking backstage, saw on the monitor that Boone was out there, and like, this fucking son of a bitch, didn't even cross his mind like what he was actually doing in the process. Because as soon as he hit Boone in the bell ring, Reed was like, oh shit. Ortiz and Scott, no doubt they have got to be considered in the tag team title picture at this point, as do Brulé. Of course, Dulé Zaire and Brit Angel are in action later on tonight against the World Tag Team Champions. Actually, Click, if they win there, there will be no doubt they deserve a future shot at the titles. But we also had a little bit of a confrontation earlier tonight before the show started between Click and the Megastars. Really like a marked out moment for CMV veterans to see Xander Slate, Randy Borton, Paul Anderson, and Dave Turner standing like in the same angle, in the same shot. But Xander Slate actually invited Anderson and Dave Turner to join Click. They would shoot Xander down, saying they don't agree at all with what Click are doing, and that Megastars actually want a shot at the World Tag Team titles. Xander said, after me and Borton do what you couldn't against Brulé later on tonight, maybe we'll consider giving you a shot at our belt. So Megastars throwing their names into the hat as well. A lot of teams here on Genesis pining for a shot at the gold, including Chaos in Order here. The brothers Audrey, Reynard on the right, and Namian on the left. What up, Hellish? Looking to bring an end to Ortiz and Scott's unbeaten streak. All right, here we go. A break from the chamber qualifiers. Of course, pick right back up after this with Dallas Steele versus Ray Furioso in an international title elimination chamber qualifier. At the top of the show, we saw Zach Cage defeat Luke Swanson to qualify to join Lance Martini. But right now, it will be Reynard, the representative of Chaos, taking on Reese Ortiz. Man, Reese Ortiz and Adam Scott have just been so incredibly impressive since coming together as a team early last month. How about that? You blinked, you missed it. What a combination by Ortiz there, with slaps and a little cheeky kick at the end, too. Now an Irish whip rebound. Nice chest bump showing that good sportsmanship. Irish whip clean out of the ring now. Eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Excuse me. Brought to a vertical base and now thrown right into the steel steps. Count of two by referee Perry White. Got to watch that count, man. Ortiz and Scott could lose their lose all of their momentum, lose their streak via count out here. You know, Chaos and Order wouldn't mind taking the win that way at all. Couple of dirty heels. They challenged for the World Tag Team titles early in their careers, back at the Grand Decision of all, Ascendance 5. Definitely be a big hitch in the belt over Ortiz and Scott, if you will. So let them go 6-0. Count up 6 right now. A couple of times where Ortiz is ramming to the security wall. Now back to the ring. We're going to bring Ortiz up to his feet, but an elbow to the midsection instead. Now up over the shoulders. Nice scoop slam. Into a reverse. Woo! Modified neck break, if you will, or crossroads, whatever you want to call it. It's your life. You know, I'm not going to say how lit of it. You can call moves whatever you want. Ducks that clothesline. Eats it anyway. Chris Andrews will be in action in our co-main event, taking on Dave Turner. A dream match for me, guys, to see which of them will qualify for the Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber. Of course, both Andrews and Dave Turner have chamber match experience. I wouldn't mind seeing either of them in there. Definitely be a fun one to watch. Oh, but wait a minute, Adam Scott not able to hammer Reynard down. Now tagged into me on the representative of Order. And a discus forearm smash. A second time. He likes it so much. What about a third? Can we get a third time? Yes, we can. I'm looking forward to this year's Rumble. Just a couple of months away. Absolution, by the way. I think 2 or 3 months away is the 6th annual CMV Royal Rumble. As the man, oh, we've seen him do this before, showing off his strength and those muscles, brother. Doing some squats. That vertical suplex finally dropped and let the blood rush to the head a little bit. I did say Chaos and Order. I might have some cause and effect. I don't know anymore. But wait a minute. What about right here? Tag to Reynard and the brothers Audrey have Ortiz and Scott in big trouble. Not many men have been able to kick out of this. Assisted tombstone pile driver. Grab the leg. Reynard to finish. Man, Ortiz got into there. How about his boy? I guess he has faith that Scott can kick out. I sure hope he's right. No! Chaos and Order, just like that. Ortiz, what are you doing? Are handed their first defeat. Chaos and Order bringing end to the momentum. The brothers Audrey with the win. Ortiz and Scott's streak nullified just like that. Oh, what up? Natalie? Is that how it's probably say Nat? Mixer is AIDS, just quite frankly. I hate Mixer. But welcome to CMV. Just in time to see another unbeaten streak come to an end tonight. First Luke Swanson, now Ortiz and Scott. I don't have much hope for Brule. What about Matsuda Tanaka in the main event? This is apparently the night where unbeaten streaks come to an end. Chaos and Order hand Ortiz and Scott their first loss. Great win for the brothers Audrey on their hunt to go after those World Tag Team titles once again. Fuck my life, dude. I always got to be talking for like 10 minutes before I realize my mic is muted. As I said, Nat, though, yes, if you would like to join, you are absolutely more than welcome. Exclamation point join will give you a link, which Josh did there for you. CMVWrestling.com. If you have your calls already uploaded, all you have to do is give me the hashtags or re-upload with hashtag CMV. Will make it easier for me. Exclamation point CMV will also let you know a little bit more information about us, what we do here, if you are interested at all. As we get set for more chamber qualifying action, the Genetic Perfection Dallas Steel, standing currently with an impressive record of 7-1, looks to earn himself his first shot at championship gold in CMV. In order to do so, has to take out a former Rising Star champion and Japanese legend Rey Furioso. Definitely a collision of styles here. The raw aggression and power of Dallas Steel against the athleticism and lucha background of Furioso. Which of these two is going to join Zach Cage and champion Lance Martini in 4 weeks inside of the Devil's Domain? Dallas Steel looking ready to go here. Definitely a size difference you have got to take into consideration. Dallas Steel, the bigger, the stronger. We'll see if Rey Furioso can contend with that. Of course, guys, still more chamber qualifiers to come tonight in the co-main event. Chris Andrews will be taking on Dave Turner in a dream match. And in the main event, Anarchy champion John Reed takes on Matsuda Tanaka. Both of those Alpha World Chamber qualifiers. Also to come up next, guys, Click versus Brule in a non-title matchup. It's definitely be an interesting collision. Guys, I have actually just received word from General Manager of Genesis Castle Fave regarding what happened earlier tonight between Samuel Boone and Bob Luger, and she has reversed the decision, my friends, and next week will be a rematch between Samuel Boone and Bob Luger. No disqualification to ensure that Gary Reed or anybody else tries to interfere and sway the match either way. So a rematch next week, Boone and Luger. So Boone, unfortunately, is not going to get the Easy Express to the chamber thanks to Gary Reed. Instead, next week we'll go on against Luger. No disqualifications. See who truly deserves to be inside of the chamber in 4 weeks' time for a shot at the Alpha World Championship. As this matchup gets underway and Rey Furioso starts off strong against Dallas Steel, goes for a super kick there off the rebound, but instead catches the boot and a knee to the, or rather an elbow to the knee, I should say. Now stomping into the sternum. Look at the ground beef right here. Rey Furioso brought up to a vertical base. I actually got him wrong. I guess Dallas Steel doesn't really have much of a height advantage. Maybe a couple of inches, that's all, though. Definitely a power advantage, though. If Boone wins again, then he most definitely deserves. I mean, there'll be no way that they can win via shenanigans. It'll be no DQ, no countouts, no disqualifications. But if Boone truly beats Luger, he will definitely deserve to be inside of that chamber. Now look at this, Dallas Steel just punishing Rey Furioso over and over again. Bashing his head off that top turnbuckle 11 times, I believe I counted there. Now rebounding off the ropes for a double axe handle to the lower spine. Fireman Scary overhead. Dallas Steel dropped on his behind. I can't confirm, guys, that next week we also see Mercantile in an Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber qualifying match. We'll also be seeing Tyson Cage and, of course, Adam Valentine in International Championship Elimination Chamber qualifiers, along with Samuel Boone taking on Bob Luger in that rematch. Look at that. Rebounding is Furioso. Reverse DDT to counter whatever Steel was concocting there. Yo, what up, Big Vicky Vale? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you as always. As now Rey Furioso executing a bow and arrow. Textbook execution, but a nice little cheeky counter. Like a tadpole splash by Dallas Steele. Gets himself back up to his feet. These strikes, though, by Rey Furioso not making him have such a great time in the ring right now. Can't seem to handle the flurry of offense by the former Rising Star champion. Rey Furioso been talking about how he wants to get the Rising Star title back, but certainly the international title, a big step up. He would much prefer that. If he can win here, he'll get that shot. Beautiful drop kick off the ropes. And a tweet here, guys, from Anarchy champion John Reed says, I will teach the Pipsqueak Tanaka what my wrath can do. That is our main event indeed. John Reed versus Matsuda Tanaka, Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber qualifier. After 2 years, John Reed finally captured championship gold at SummerSlam. Now he has the opportunity to enter the Elimination Chamber for the first time in his career. And actually last year, John Reed was set to enter the chamber at Purgatory. Remember, he was attacked by Nero, by Caleb Reed. And so his spot was forfeited to Bret Angel. A little bit of history there for you. As Dallas Steele with that modified suplex into the turnbuckles. That usually does play as a prelude to what he calls the genetic downfall. But Rey Furioso doing his homework very obviously. Able to make sure he doesn't get hit with that back suplex, dropping Dallas Steele right on the top of his head. See you, Tiffany. Thanks for stopping by. Papa bless. Elbow drop. Oh, yeah, it will be a second. I forgot that he competed earlier that season at Dark Carnival. Yeah, you're right. John Reed at Dark Carnival actually competed in the chamber for the international title. Point Break will be the third time ever the international championship's been defended inside of the Elimination Chamber. Of course, voted by the fans for the title to be defended. Lance Martini not so happy about that. His first defense against 5 others inside of the Devil's Domain, but Furioso lining up his shot to go to Point Break for the opportunity. Tilt-a-whirl, Fujiwara armbar, but poor positioning on Furioso's part. Gets an automatic rope break for Steele. Lucky for him. Now a monkey flip as Furioso tries to keep his foot to the pedal, if you will. Dallas still getting brought up to his feet, but a nice counter back body drop by the Genetic Perfection. Don't think he expected such a tough challenge, but Furioso, nobody to shake a leg at. When a hell of a competitor, there's a reason he's a former Rising Star champion. There's a reason he nearly ended the career of Bret Angel, cost him 5 months of it. Camel clutch position, just unloading those right hands right across the forehead. Nice arm drag, though, by the Lucha legend. Back suplex once more. Loving the back suplexes in this matchup. And you see that as he turns to the crowd. Rey Furioso feeding off the energy of the CMV Universe. Dallas Steele looking for refuge in the corner. Not going to find it with that drop kick. So with the sun don't shine, forearm smash, no Steele. Not staying down for very long. Clothesline. Rey Furioso with these reversals, man. Clicking on all cylinders. Very, very impressive. Is the former Rising Star champion. Doesn't look like that's going to last long, though. Stalling vertical suplex. Now Dallas looking to perhaps tear that mask off, grabbing the leg. Rey Furioso is a speedster, very, very agile. He relies on his movement for a vast majority of his moveset to be a good tactic for Dallas to take out those legs, but Rey Furioso escapes now, and face-to-face kick to the gut, catches the leg though. Knee to the, I keep saying that, elbow to the knee, I mean to say. And a Falcon Arrow. Stomped down onto the chest, looking to maybe collapse a lung at this point. Very, very, very competitive matchup this has been to see who will be the third man inside of the Elimination Chamber for the international title. Zach Cage, of course, defeating Luke Swanson earlier tonight to qualify. Lateral press, that's pretty close to the ropes. Not enough for Swanson, or Swanson, I should say. No, he's backstage, I'm sure, beating himself up right now after what happened. Oh, now Dallas Steele lying in the bush like a tiger on the hunt. No reversal this time from Furioso. The genetic downfall. And Steele takes his time getting into the pin. Will that do it? 1, 2. No, it will not. Furioso pushing through the pain. 2.99999, but not enough to get the job done. Steel backs into the corner like it ain't no thing, but the Chicken Wing trying to keep his spirits high. Giving Furioso some time to recuperate, though. That's never a smart move. Jake to the midsection, and Dallas Steel with a vertical suplex sit-out powerbomb. But that just speaks to the freaking power, man, that Dallas Steel wields. It's a machine. Now just a deadlift powerbomb. Rey Furioso is getting absolutely mollywopped right now. Dallas Steel, you see him surveying the area, thinking, what do I gotta do here? Deadlift, gut wrench, suplex, just tossing Furioso about like a rag doll after all that pain inflicted. Another pinfall attempt, and still only a 2 count. Now face to face they stand, rather mask to face, counters that jumping cutter. Wrong time to taunt though. Furioso gonna pay for it. Trip up, trying to unload with those right hands, but Furioso doing very well to block most of them. Most of those shots did not get through. Stomp down onto the face. Dallas Steel currently just having his way with Rey Furioso, doing anything he wants to the Lucha legend. But look at that, gonna try to surprise him with a desperate pin here as Furioso nearly gets it, by the way. Jeez Louise. You see Rey with his hands on his hips. He's tired, he's hurting for certain, but he's still trying to push through. Punches to the shoulder, trying to wear down that arm for the Tilt-A-Whirl Fujiwara armbar, now slowing things down a bit. Furioso wants to keep Dallas Steel grounded so he can't throw around his weight, while getting some gas back in the tank. Reverse chinlock applied here. Doesn't look like Dallas, I should say, is having much luck escaping. Just as I say that, gets to his feet. There's 1 elbow. There's 2. Breaks the hold. Now an Irish whip. Watch out, referee Perry White into the corner. Dallas Steel a second time with that modified suplex into the turnbuckles. See how Rey Furioso lands right on his neck. 1, 2. Almost got it. Dallas Steel turns to the ref like, you gotta be kidding me. Hands on his head. You see how Dallas absolutely does not beat around the bush, though. Right back on the attack. And a second time, the genetic downfall. And that has got to do it. Hooks the leg. Uno, dos, tres. Dallas Steel is going to Point Break. Joining Zach Cage and champion Lance Martini to vie for the International Championship. What a win for Dallas Steel. And wait a minute. Rey Furioso, of course, comes from respect in Japan and in Mexico. And look at that. He shows his respect. Some sportsmanship, a handshake after a great match. Dallas Steel's going to Point Break, though. And this guy inside the chamber, I do not envy the other 5 men who will be trapped. Welcome back, Hellish. It is now tertiary main event time. Of course, still coming up next, Chris Andrews and Dave Turner and an Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber qualifier, and our main event, John Reed and Matsuda Tanaka and an Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber qualifier. But first, guys, it has been the night of streaks coming to an end so far. First, Luke Swanson, then Ortiz and Scott. Can Brule keep theirs alive, or will they fall into the same pattern as they take on the World Tag Team Champions Xander Slayton, Randy Borton of the Click? course, coming off the retention of their titles against Mark Cassell and Peter Thompson this past Sunday at SummerSlam, while Brûlé were able to defeat the returning Megastars. As I said earlier, the confrontation between Megastars and Click earlier tonight. Watch us do what you failed miserably to at SummerSlam. We're going to beat Brûlé. We're going to show that they are not unbeatable, just a couple of chumps like you. But Megastars asking, or rather, pretty much saying, hey, you put those titles on the line if you ain't a pussy. And you got Chaos in Order defeating Ortiz and Scott earlier tonight. So many tag teams on Genesis vying for the belts that Slate and Borton have now held for 4 months. The World Tag Team titles lately, man, have been having some long reigns. Of course, Imaginary Friends were before Click. They only held the titles for a couple of weeks, but then you had Zach Cage and Nick Blake, who held them for 5 months. Then Extreme Conditions, who held them for 4 months. Big opportunity for Dooley's Air and Brit Angel here, though. And some people might be interested to know this is the first time ever that Xander Slate and Brit Angel will be in a CMV ring together. 2 veterans of the company have never faced off before. Of course, Randy Borton and Brit Angel do know each other very well. Brit Angel made his debut on the Genesis roster last season against Borton at Regicide, if I do remember correctly, I think it was. With Borton picking up the win. And of course, you know, Dooley's going to love to get his hands on Xander Slate. It was Dooley's Hair who was forced to return to wrestling. Remember, he was the owner of that bar that Xander Slate and Tennell had that big brawl in months and months ago after Ascendance. So you know Dooley is going to love taking on Slate here. As here come the World Tag Team Champions, Xander Slate and Randy Borton. Man, they've been riding high with the gold since capturing them at Death Wish. And a tweet here, guys, from me and Audrey of Chaos Order says, time for a change. Point Break on the horizon, just 4 weeks away. Who's going to be next in line to challenge these two for their titles? Like I said, a bunch of teams chomping at the bit. You know, Brûlé with a win here, they'll shoot straight to the forefront. Dooley's Air and Brit Angel currently at 5-0. We saw they were on a trajectory really with Ortiz and Scott, but well, Chaos Order beat them earlier tonight. Like I said, night of the upsets, night of the undefeated streaks ending. Can Brûlé keep theirs alive? Some nice new attires here, by the way. And here's a tweet, guys, from Anarchy champion John Reed. Says, 8 months ago, this vessel was the first to defeat the unstoppable Russian Ogre. Tonight, I will beat the Pipsqueak and do what this vessel did, but better. And John Reed was the first man ever to defeat Guri Sukhanov. Now he has the chance to end another impressive, unbeaten streak in Matsuda Tanaka in our main event. Oh, my shoulder's so itchy. Here we go. The action continues in our tertiary main event, non-title collision, but a big opportunity for Dooley's Air and Brit Angel. Here we go. Perry White rings the bell. Let's get it on. Got to be Xander Slate and Dooley's Air starting things off. And Zaire just goes in immediately. Now Xander going to try to overpower Dooley, pushing him against the ropes with a clean break. Nope, I spoke too soon. Xander takes the cheap shot. Of course, the OG Dirty Heel, baby. Zaire was like pointing at him like, you son of a bitch. Cutthroat slam. Vintage Slate right there with that one. Xander Slate, the first ever Mr. Money in the Bank in CMV, a 2-time world champion, United States champion, now co-holder of the World Tag Team titles. And of course, Borton's resume just as impressive. 2-time hardcore champion, Anarchy champion, also a Money in the Bank winner, world champion, 2-time world champion. And of course, held the international title twice last season. Became Grand Slam champion by capturing the World Tag Team titles with Slate. At Death Wish, the top of this season. Nice belly-to-belly by Dulé. And again, Dulé Zaire had retired from wrestling, owned his own bar, but it was that bar that Xander Slate and 10L absolutely trashed. And that brutal brawl they had, which forced Zaire to come back to the wrestling world to make money to make the repairs. Now a tag to Randy Borton after that hellacious spine buster. And here comes the Milkman punch to the back of the head. Now a headbutt. Using his own noggin as a weapon. Borton gonna do what he gotta do. Face buster, looking to chip a tooth of Zaire's. Brought to a vertical base. Face to face they stand. Half and half suplex from Borton. No, last second. Zaire said, elbow to the face and a nice snapmare takedown. Zaire, he might be short, you might say thick, but he is strong as hell and also surprisingly athletic. And of course, we all know the accolades of Bret Angel, television champion, 4-time a match world champion, and Royal Rumble winner. Main evented 2 implosions. I do believe, maybe just 1. I think 2 though. I think 2. I'm not so up to scratch on my implosion history. Oh, but Zaire right now, we've seen him hit this a lot lately. That split-legged moonsault. Borton stunned. And now Zaire Irish whipping the Moo Moo Man into the corner. Looking to make that tag to Bret Angel. Oh, Brulé closing in on a huge win. Little bit of red chocolate rain. That catapult Meteora. Look at Angel looking right at Slate like, bitch, before turning around and make the pin. There's Slate right there to make the save, though. Okay, attacks referee Perry White instead. And Angel's still in the pin like, that's like a 10 count at this point. Jesus Christ, Borton is out, guys. That would have been it. And Zaire just murdering Slate with these teardrop suplexes. The Angel's still in the pin. Borton has been like 20 seconds. Perry White is recuperated. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. Borton, after all that time, kicks out. Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese. Had a good like 30 seconds there. Jeez, man. Jeez. Now Borton looks like a pump handle back suplex. Trying to fight back into this one after he had a quick little nap. Turns to the fans, rubbing it in their faces. He knows they're behind Brulé here. And firmly against Click. Vintage Borton right here, though. A couple of clotheslines into the tilt-a-whirl single knee backbreaker. Now the Milkman telling Angel to go home with the driver. Like I said, these two guys know each other very well, and Borton knows that he can't play around with Angel all this in succession. Borto end. And will yet another streak come to an end tonight? First Luke Swanson, then Ortiz and Ortiz and Scott. Now Brulé, no. Just a 2 count, the Outcast. Getting his shoulder up off the canvas just in the nick of time. Ortiz and Squat, wow. Borton, a very rare high flyer. Usually, there we go. Yeah, let's pull off that elbow drop of his or a slingshot leg drop from time to time. Now a tag back in to the OG Dirty Heel. And this is the first time ever that Xander Slate and Bret Angel have stood face to face. This might be a bit of a dream match for some in the CMV universe. Two pioneers of their respective sides. You know, oh, what a rebound lariat by Angel. Slate brought up to his feet. Irish whip, but a counter. But one half of the World Tag Team Champions. Shoulder thrust attempted. Instead gets an enziguri. Gonna ring that bell. But Angel, like, get over here. Irish whip into the corner. The Outcast perhaps looking for a tag. Indeed, to Dulé changing the places. Click in big trouble. Red chocolate rain. The Royal Rumble is in about 2 or 3 months or so. The 6th annual CMV Royal Rumble. But right now, Randy Borton trying to give Slate a little bit of time to kick out. 1, 2, and that time pays off. Slate survives for now. Still to come, guys. Up next in our co-main event, Chris Andrews and Dave Turner. One-on-one in an Elimination Chamber qualifier. Then in our main event, John Reed and Matsuda Tanaka in a Chamber qualifier. But right now, Slate with that hard-hitting STO of his to take Zaire down and immediately wastes no time on the prowl. If he gets this locked in, it'll be all over for Brule. Neckbreaker turns him about, and there it is. Slate by Slate. Slate by Slate locked in. Slate by Slate is locked in. Zaire, though, breaks the hold of Xander and a punch directly to the face. Did not stick around for very long. And that submission hold, now a hatch suplex by Zaire. Certainly got to be breathing hard right now, but trying to stay in control. Punch to the back of the head, takes Slate for a little bit of a walk. Bringing over to Brit Angel, it looks like. Just as he gets there, though, Xander with a trio of elbows right to the ribs. Gonna set himself free. Excuse me. Now it is Xander who's gonna take a Dule for a walk, and a Dule wants nothing to do with it. 3 elbows right to the midsection, punching Xander over in pain. Irish whip now into the corner. Dule tries to make the tag to Angel. Xander has none of it, though, and spears Angel off the apron, in fact. Now Zaire in a 2-on-1 situation, handicap scenario. Trying to hold his own, though. Reverse DDT there on the show. And now that waist side slam, a little bit Slate walk slam, if you will. Rolling neck sap to follow through. Randy Orton begging for the tag. Xander trying to crawl his way over there. Scratch down the back. Oh, man. Dule can make a clone of Xander now. A lot of skin he's got up under his thunder nails. Dirty heel tactics, and Xander with a crucifix powerbomb attempt here. But Dule wiggles free. Drops down. Irish over to the corner. Angel back on the apron. He is just in time. Oh, just a regular tag, though, to Brit Angel. And we got a simple little mat slam. Body splash, use the ropes for leverage. We the people, very patriotic. Leapfrog double boot stomp by Angel. Xander is getting his ass whooped right now. Up onto the shoulders. Brit Angel looking to use his power against Slate, but the wily veteran Xander able to drop down behind for a reverse DDT, and now Xander's feeling pretty good about himself. Brought to a vertical base. There's a clothesline. There's another clothesline. Vintage Slate. Oh, this part important. Tilt-a-whirl single knee backbreaker. Brit Angel hurting real bad right now. Wait a minute. Future shock DDT by Slate. Into the pin. That could very well do it, guys. No. Only a 2 count. You see Xander fixing his trousers. Dule Zaire talking trash about Click. Xander's having none of it. Oh, but the distraction, it paid off. Trying to give Angel some time to get back to his feet as Zaire's Slate now sleeping on his legs. God, just keeps falling for it. Now charges Zaire for a shoulder thrust. Gets a kick to the side of the head. Angel is almost back to his feet now fully. Comes up from behind, perhaps Slate playing possum. Perhaps he knew the drill. Jumping neckbreaker attempted by Slate. Counter after counter. Now back and forth they go. Tit for tat. Angel putting Slate in the corner. Might be looking to drown the Orchids. Maybe no. What is this by Angel? The big man with a pounce. See ya, Xander went flying. And Xander's he's 6'4", 260 pounds. Xander ain't no midget, but goddamn, he got flung. Oh, Dule Zaire begging for the tag, but Xander Slate's got another plan in mind. Zaire was able to escape this. I don't know if Angel will be able to. That'll be a rope break, though. Yeah, that's obvious. Whoa! No, it was a rope break, but now it isn't. Slate by Slate cinched in, but Angel, just like Zaire, is able to escape. What a tag team matchup this has been. Warfare personified. Now into the corner goes Xander Slate. Perhaps a second taste of red chocolate rain. No. The OG Dirty Heel gets put up top in a place that you most definitely do not want to be. Zaire just broke up Angel's moves. Let me get a quick hit in right quick, he said. What the fuck is Angel trying for here? Superplex, perhaps. I think it is a superplex. Yes, it is a superplex! Classic right there. And incredibly effective. Hurt both men. But Angel to his feet. Irish whip into the corner. Makes that tag to Zaire. You see Borton trying to distract referee Perry. He best be careful not to get disqualified. Ooh, double back elbow. Wait a minute, what the fuck? Zaire with a moonsault and a fist drop by Angel. What a combo that was. Oh, Xander, hot tag made. Before Zaire can stop him, here comes Borton with a head full of steam. Immediately dodges the clothesline, though. Does not dodge this butterfly DDT, however. That is vintage Moo Moo Man. Into the pin. 1, 2. Brule are not having a walk in the park to try and defend their unbeaten streak and go to 6-0. What is this by Borton? Just tossing Zaire out of the vertical. Nearly out of the ring there. Borton with the go-home driver. Dulai Zaire in all kinds of trouble right now. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Dropkick attempted by Zaire. Saw it coming up, move out of the way just in the nick of time. And now Zaire has ended matches with this before. The Regal Plex. Borton dropped right on his face. Has gone completely limp. Now making sure that it's hard for Slate to make the save. Goes for the pin. Great strategy that. Oh, okay. I guess that was a rope break. I didn't see Borton kicking out at 1. Referee Perry White telling Slate to hit the apron as Zaire a second time with the Regal Plex to the Momo Man into their turnbuckles and all. Jesus Christ. Borton looks dead as Zaire hooks the leg again. Let's see Angel coming here to try to stop Slate. No, Slate not even coming in to try to make the save. Oof. Randy Borton kicking out of 2 back-to-back Regal Plexes. That's the resilient we've all come to know by Borton over the years. Slingshot spear attempted. Just went right past him, though. That side step. Borton going for a Borto N. Zaire's life flashing before his eyes. Tries for a suplex down. Knee down to the top of the head. Goes for sweet move music to Angel. Way far off, though. Teardrop suplex by the Milkman and a hot tag to the Outcast as Borton's down on 1 knee. Spinning European uppercut. Spinning European uppercut again. And a spinning European uppercut. Angel got a fire lit up under his ass. As now lining up the shot. Vintage Angel. Small package driver. But no Zaire to stop Slinkin in in time to make the save. No, yes, just in the nick of time. Holy shit. Talk about a close count. There was no Zaire to help out Borton there. Or to help out Angel, I should say. Borton helped out by Slate. And Angel. Look at this. Borton just getting just tossed finishers at him. Another small package driver further away. This time can Slate make the save again. 1, 2. Oh, just, I actually think Borton kicked out of that on his own. And Angel's a bit pissed now. Just one simple punch to Xander, but now Slate trying to help out his boy. Elbow to the side of the head. Now Brit Angel going to showcase his power. Dulai Zaire finally back up on the apron. Military press dropped into a spine buster. Hot tag to Xander Slate now while Angel had his back turned. Here comes the OG Dirty Heel. Tries for a clothesline. Yep, that hot tag didn't go so smooth. Now Borton down. Xander Slate all by himself coming up from behind. Trying his best to carry the win home for Click. Clothesline gonna chop down Angel, and Xander once more on the hunt. Brit Angel escaped this the first time. Can he do it again, or can Zaire make the save, or will Angel tap? Slayed by Slate locked in, Slayed by Slate locked in. Will Brulee's streak come to an end? Will Angel tap? Yes! Another unbeaten streak ended. I do not like Matsuno Tanaka's chances in the main event. Click knock off Brulee and hand them their first defeat. Look at that. Jeez. Oh! Bourne attacking Brulee. Or Dule rather, while Xander attacks Angel. Click mounting a post-match beatdown on Angel here. The win wasn't enough. What the hell? Tossing them out of the ring. Almost as if to say, you don't belong in here with us. Click get the win. Beating down Brulee after the bell rings. Match. And Click gotta soil it with a post-match beatdown. No, Batman. Boone did win via disqualification, but Castle Fave has announced that she has overturned that decision, and next week it will be versus Luger in the qualifier, no disqualifications. But Boone did win tonight by DQ because Gary Reed ran in and attacked Boone, which obviously gave him the win via disqualification. I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick. But guys, man, it has been the true night of the upsets. 3 unbeaten streaks coming to an end. Luke Swanson defeated, Ortiz and Scott defeated, and Brulee just beat at the hands of Click. And then that post-match attack as well by Slayton Borton. But now, guys, it is co-main event time and back to the Chamber qualifiers. This is an Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber qualifier. As the bloody Brit baby makes his way to the ring. Of course, it was far from a great night for Brit this past Sunday at SummerSlam, losing both his Anarchy Championship and International Championship. To lose his Anarchy title, he wasn't even pinned. It was John Reed that pinned Alistair Knox, but he was pinned and defeated to lose his international title, but now a chance to bounce back and go for a prize much bigger than the both of those titles, and a championship that Andrews has never challenged for before. In order to gain entry into the Elimination Chamber, Brit has got to get past this man, guys, and I said earlier tonight that this is a dream match for me, a match I never thought I'd be able to see, and probably for many others in the CMV universe, the Hall of Famer, Dave Turner, who returned from a month absence this past Sunday at SummerSlam, the reformation of the Megastars. They did take that loss to Brulee. But now Dave Turner is back. Both these men do have Elimination Chamber experience. Dave Turner was a part of the second ever Elimination Chamber, which he won to become a 2-time world champion. And of course, it was 2 years ago that Chris Andrews won the Elimination Chamber at Exodus. to earn himself a World Championship match. And look at this. That's what I love to see. Good sportsmanship between these two legends before the bell rings. Now we get it on. And Brit immediately. This fucking guy never sees this. He's going to drop him. There we go. What was that? Fucking popped up into a vertical suplex, which he held for a good 10 seconds there. When was the first time? Oh, yeah. True. It was back at Death Wish. They were both a part of that 8-man ladder match to crown a new international champion, which, of course, Andrews won. Of course, now title-less. But if he can get past the technical Prodigy, Andrews will compete in his second Elimination Chamber match in 4 weeks' time. Be the first man to join Afro World Champion Gary Suckanov, of course, after Boone won via disqualification earlier over Bob Luger, but Castle's Fave did overturn that decision. They will fight again next week. No disqualifications. Will it be Brit or Dave Turner, the first man to join the chamber? And of course, up next in our main event, Anarchy champion John Reed takes on Matsuda Tanaka in a chamber qualifier. Next week, we will see Tyson Cage and Adam Valentine in international title elimination chambers. Well, of course, it will be Boone and Luger, and then Markentel will be in an Alpha World Championship elimination chamber, as Andrews loves all things threes, baby. Taking Turner to Suplex City. And then flips off the fans. Hey, didn't flip me off. For once, does not give me the middle finger, but does flip off his fans. I don't know if that's great PR work, but I'm sure that Chris Andrews is in a foul mood. Short arm shoulder block now by the CMV Hall of Famer. Talked about how earlier tonight he and Paul Anderson challenged Click to a World Tag Team title match. I mean, Click did live up on their words. Xander Slate said, watch Dave and Paul. Watch as we do what you failed miserably to at SummerSlam and beat Brule. They did. Will Click give Megastars the shot at the titles now? Guys, we're at a count of 6. We know that Chris Andrews does not mind getting count-out victories, but it looks like Turner might grab himself a count-out win. At the count, it's just jumping over to Chris Andrews here. Dave Turner making sure there's no way that he gets beat by count-out here. Brit, though, sliding back in before the ref gets to a electric chair attempt. Couple of punches to the back of the head, though. Able to drop out of it, and now Davey Boy! Back suplex. There's the German. Chris Andrews, the only one that loves himself. Pairs of 3. Bam! There we go with the vertical. And now Dave with his foot pressed to the gas. Not giving Brit even a second to breathe. Into the Psycho Killer. Or Psycho Driver. Why did I say killer? It's Tommaso Ciampa. Into the pin now, though, for Turner to go to Point Break. But only a 2 count. That heart of Chris Andrews, very, very, very well documented. And especially with such a huge opportunity like this on the line, you know it's going to take a whole lot more to keep down Andrews for the uno, the dos, and the tres. Misses that elbow drop, does Turner. Now going to pay for it. Andrews with the front headlock. What up, Bateman? And what up in Rage, my friend? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You did miss Dallas Steel's Chamber qualifier, but look at that power by Chris Andrews. I love it. Catapult German suplex, and that might be enough. Nope, just a 1 count. Not even almost enough. If you want me to spoil in Rage, I will tell you the results, or you can go back and watch it yourself as Chris Andrews into the pin. Uno, dos, no trace over. It is not enough. And just as I talk about Chris Andrews' heart, Dave Turner, the first ever world champion in CMV history, 3-time world champion, my bad. And of course, a plethora of other accolades to his name. He ain't gonna go down so quick. Yeah, great match it was indeed, with Dallas Steel qualifying for the chamber. So now we know so far it will be Lance Martini obviously defending his title inside of the demonic domain. Zach Cage and Dallas Steel will be joining him. So far in the Alpha World Chamber, just Gary Sukhanov all by his lonesome. But someone's about to join him here as Dave Turner. Ain't no party gonna come party. Don't stop. Dave Turner trying to rally the support of the CM Universe. I'm sure they're split down the middle here, though. Another European uppercut. How about one more? Turner now off the ropes for a beautiful drop kick right there. Up next to our main event, John Reed and Matsuda Tanaka in a chamber qualifier. First time encounter between them should be good. As Dave, oh damn it, might be looking for his superplex. That would be vintage, way throwback Dave. He went for a superplex. Now reverse DDT though. Back and forth they go, tit for tat. Dave Turner would love one last run on the top of the mountain as Alpha World Champion. Like I said, both these men have competed in one chamber match apiece, and both of them won the chamber they were in. Either one of them being at Point Break would be a huge addition, and certainly a challenge for Guri himself. Whatever Dave keeps going for in the corner here is getting thwarted by the Bloody Brit gut wrench. Now dragging Dave away from the ropes, hooking that leg for a pin attempt, still only a 1 count. Punch to the gut right there. Fireman's carry overhead. Dave Turner landed right on his ass. Back and forth they go. Tit for tat, toe for it's a reversal fest. But who is punching their ticket to Point Break? You know, this time last year at Point Break, Dave Turner he was actually the general manager of Genesis still, and Chris Andrews defeated Zach Cage in an Iron Man match to win back the Anarchy Championship. A little bit of history there for you. Gut wrench suplex now by the technical Prodigy. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Only a 2 count produced for the CMV Hall of Famer. I'm sure Dave Turner one day will be joined by Chris Andrews in the Hall of Fame. But right now, Brit's got a whole lot of gas left in the tank, baby. So many accolades on his resume, but that Alpha World Championship he has never competed for before, obviously being on Fusion most of his career while it was active. Beautiful. Wow, what a power slam by Turner right there. Now mounting the Bloody Brit. I don't know if you want to get in a fist fight with Chris Andrews, but Dave's going there. And goddamn, a couple of those punches getting through clean. Now face to face they stand, an Irish whip. Man, Dave really wants this superplex. I think is what he's trying for. No, gonna go for another snake eyes. Lying in wait, try screw soup slam, but Andrews shakes off the cobwebs. Ray quick. And a neck breaker grabs Dave by his ears. Hook to the jaw. What is this from Andrews? German suplex. Oh yeah, we've seen this as of late. Waistlock lariat that you can write home to mama about. God bam! Turning Dave inside out. We saw how much respect these two have for each other at the start of the match. They shook hands. May the best man win. What a fucking match it has been so far. Oh, tried for revenge. And another power slam by Dave, this time into the pin. 1, 2, but just a 2 count. Can you imagine Dave Turner if he qualifies for the chamber? Nearly 4 years since the last time he set foot inside of the Devil's Domain. Oh, we don't see Turner go for this very often. Discus push. Sending Andrews into a tailspin. This would be a huge win for Turner, an upset for many, but only a 2 count. Dave, a little bit miffed, a bit shocked that wasn't enough to do it. But now tries for another cycle driver. The Brit says, now one is enough, fam, but thanks. And I think Dave might have just stolen the Finn right back. German suplex, but oof, just throws him right. I think Brit might have tracked his head out that second turnbuckle. Look how Andrews just no rest for the bloody Brit. Boot to the side of the head. Andrews from behind. Shin breaker. Back suplex combination brought together very nicely. Man, these two guys. Oh, cliffhanger a second time. It's as if Dave Turner hasn't aged a day since his prime. What a amazing matchup this has been. 5 stars and it ain't even over yet. Who is going to Point Break? Who is entering the chamber? Brit busted open as per his name. Single knee backbreaker. And again, Dave Turner once again. Discus. No, Brit says Matt. Nothing. And revenge a second time out of nowhere. Andrews running on fumes though. Can he get to the pin in time? Make sure there's no rope breaks. Uno, dos, no trace still. Yeah, but you could say that Dave Turner also had 2 matches at SummerSlam because it was a 2 out of 3 falls tornado tag match that he and Paul Anderson had against Brulé. So kind of both these guys had 2 matches this past Sunday. They both came into this not at 100%, but man, what a match they are putting on. Reverse DDT and a desperation pin now by Dave Turner, hoping, praying it's enough, but it is not. Looking for some elbows to the chest. Chris Andrews with a forearm smash. Be enough to break any man's jaw. Nice clothesline right there. Jesus Christ, I'm on the edge of my seat. Look at the wherewithal of Brit, though. He knows he's in trouble. Rolls to the outside. Turner takes the opportunity to try and wake himself up. Chris Andrews takes a breather. Rushes right back into the ring. Boom, headbutt to the back of Turner's head. Oh, and Andrews once again, German suplex. Then grabbing a hold, waist lock, lariat. Sending Dave's head up into the cheap seats, I think, and Brit says, I'm mending things. A 3rd revenge. And that's gotta be it, straight to the pin this time. 1, 2. What? Are you kidding? Dave Turner kicking out of a 3rd. Revenge, and Brit's like, Brit doesn't know what to do, doesn't know how to react. Dave Turner, man. Hammer and sickle. What a goddamn bout we are witnessing here on Genesis number 114. 3 revenges has not been enough to put down Dave Turner for the 3 count. Turner has also hit a psycho driver, which Brit obviously managed to get out of. Yeah, Brit's about to throw in the towel. I mean, we're in Boston, Massachusetts. There's plenty of pubs to choose from. But up high, Dave Turner. Oh my God. Butterfly suplex. Trying to come up with a creative way to try to defeat Chris Andrews because nothing else is working. And of course, Andrews with a nasty gash open up across his forehead. Now Dave Turner is going to join him. I don't know what Brit was going for. Maybe a botchplex or something. But Dave counters into a Northern Lights. And now Andrews looking to widen that gash. Some more punch. Look at those are getting. Those are elbows. Those are elbows that just got through clean. Double axe handle now to the upper back and a pinfall attempt by Dave. At this point, it's pin, 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 pin every opening. Either one of these guys gets. Whoo-wee, getting closer and closer. The blood trickling down Dave Turner's face as he backs into the corner for the 2nd time. Rather, his 3rd attempt. Discus punch. Nope. Brit's got that well scouted now. Andrew shoots in. My God, guys, what is it going to take? Crossbody, and Andrews just unloads with a flurry of lefts and rights. But why won't you stay down? 1, 2. 2 count. Yeah, both these guys just, they're running on fumes. I don't know what's keeping them going. Just the thought of entering the chamber and becoming Alpha World Champion. Pure instinct keeping them running. DDT out of the corner, nice reversal by Andrews. Now drags Turner by one arm. Camel clutch position, digs into that cut. That's obviously a target. Going ham. Chris Andrews, no stranger to 5-star matches. This matchup is not an exception. But Dave Turner, both these men have been in chambers. Both these men have main evented ascendants. What is Dave looking for here? I'm not sure, but a great defense by the bloody Brit. Doing some damage to the arm right there. As now Andrews deadlifting Dave, flailing legs and arms going nuts for that gut wrench suplex. A slow pace now. Started off very strong and quick, and back and forth, back and forth. Now it's just both these guys drained physically, mentally. Another 2 count, and Brit's like, you gotta be kidding me. Hands on his hips. He doesn't know what to do. Staying control though, another deadlift gut wrench suplex. Worked the first time, why not? Yeah, at this point, both of them really do deserve to be in the chamber, but a third cliffhanger, only one of them can. This matchup's gotta end sometime, and it might end right now. 1, 2, 3. Chris Andrews is going to Point Break and entering his second Elimination Chamber. What a match. That's got to be a Match of the Year candidate. We have 2 of them this week. Flashy and Matt Devious on Fusion. And Chris Andrews and Dave Turner bringing the house down. It was a dream match for me, and man, did it pay off. Chris Andrews is the first to qualify for the Alpha World Championship Elimination Chamber, joining Guri Sukhanov. And tonight we've also had Zach Cage and Dallas Steele qualify for the International Championship Elimination Chamber. Now in our main event, we'll see who will be the last to join Brit and Sukhanov so far, as John Reed takes on Matsuda Tanaka. Night of to an end. First Luke Swanson, then Ortiz and Scott, then Brule. Tanaka, I don't know. His unbeaten streak is gonna last. I'm gonna quick drink of water real quick. Hashtag confirmed. All right, here we go, my fine feathered friends. In event time, 114. The Tag Team Cup is indeed tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. Tag Team Cup will be tomorrow, the 3rd annual, emanating live, of course, from Tokyo, Japan. At probably like 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But before we get there, let's find out who's joining the Bloody Brit and the Russian Ogre in 4 weeks' time at Point Break for the Alpha World Championship. The Anarchy Champion, John Reed, been tweeting all night long, or rather the entity within him, and we now know is called, I don't know what's pronounced, Melodius or Melodas, something like that. But that's who John Reed made this deal with, apparently, you know. You know, we've had portals and time travel in CMV, so evil, you know, spirits and whatnot living within a human, you know, I don't think it's so far stretched, but this is definitely a huge opportunity. 2 years in the making it was this past Sunday at CyberSlam that John Reed tasted his first championship gold. And now has the chance to go for the pinnacle, the biggest prize here on Friday Night Genesis. And look at that. Who the fuck is that? Who is that? I can't see. Jaquan Shea! Jaquan Shea! Former Anarchy champion who we haven't seen since Exodus. Attacking John Reed with a kendo stick. What the hell is this, Jaquan? Former Anarchy champion is attacking John Reed. Reed trying to fight back. Oh, look at that boot right to the chest. Shea is back. Oh, but John Reed making him pay. Saying, hey, you want some Jaquan? Come down to the ring and get it, baby. We haven't seen Jaquan in 2 months since he lost Mitsuda Tanaka at Exodus. The former Anarchy champion. What the fuck was that? Powerbomb on the LED board. These two are beating the hell out of each other. But what does this mean for the main event? What about the qualifier? Oh! John Reed getting the last laugh there. But security pouring down the ramp, tearing these two apart. Jaquan Shea is back in number 2. Now Jaquan Shea, the match has been scrapped, guys. It's official. I'm getting word. The match has been called as security tears these two apart. Jaquan Shea returning after 2 months and attacking John Reed to end Genesis. Oh, but ladies and gentlemen, what a show that was. A lot of ups and downs, so I guess Tanaka's streak stays intact. Not by actually winning, though. But, man, Brule taking their first loss. Ortiz and Scott with their first loss. And Luke Swanson being handed the L. I'm going to say he was high, all right? I'm sorry, all right? But he was high. Let's just be honest. Let's straight to it. But let's get straight to it, I should say. But thank you guys for joining me. As always, I'm not doing a winter match. I'm too worn out. What a way to end things. Jaquan Shea is back and apparently wants that championship that he won. Taking away Reed's opportunity. I don't know. We'll have to hear from General Manager Castle Faith. We know that she overturned the decision earlier in the night when Boone beat whatchamacallit, Luger via disqualification, and that match set next week. Now it will be Boone versus Luger, no DQ, and a chamber qualifier. But yeah, we'll have to wait to see what she has got to say about what unfolded there in our main event. But guys, thank you for watching. As always, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, !join. We'll give you a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. You are more than welcome. !CMV will let you know a little bit more about us if you're interested. Official CMV _ our Twitter. You can follow us for updates, signings, match cards, all that kind of good stuff. And tomorrow, guys, between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 3rd annual CMV Tag Team Cup in Tokyo, Japan. You don't want to miss it. I hope to see you there. And I love you. I love you. I love you so much.